Serving with Ashley Whitman.
Whitman all Big Ten and All-American last year, and she starts off with the service error.
Second most service errors on the team this year. Purdue out to a quick 1-0 lead, and here's Carly Kramer. Said her dream was always to be a libero. She did not play that position in high school as a setter and a hitter. Big blast, and it's wide. Catherine Harms with the misfire.
Harms was hoping, I think, to catch one of the blockers going up.
Lieutenant Kramer had missed a match with a concussion. She got kneed in the head by teammate Ariel Turner. Hillary Fox saved it. Kiki sent it over. One of the longer rallies we've had in this match. Tipped by Harms. And Purdue gets another point.
Minnesota's passing is just off, and they are really causing Alexander Palmer, their setter, to have to work much harder than I'm sure she'd like to, and it's not allowing her to get her key players set up. In turn, it's allowing Purdue to keep serving.
Again, passing has been an issue with Minnesota all year. Even though Coach McCutcheon says it's gotten better lately, it's not so great today, but there's a great swing by Dolly Santana.
Get that pass and you get it set up to that player right there. Dolly Santana, the freshman out of Puerto Rico, part of the national team, and she'll play in the offseason with the Puerto Rican national team in the Pan Am Cup.
I asked Tori Dixon about Dolly yesterday. She said simply, she was a stud. And she is only 17.
Only 17.
Scary. Santana knocked it over that time. Ariel Turner off the block, Purdue point.
Trying to put a little bit more behind that one. Harms did not get her arms up, get the angles, did not press over, and in turn, it's a point for the Boilermakers.
Winners of the first set, up 4-1 in the second set. Amanda Neal with the service ace.
Amanda Neal is a freshman defensive specialist. They thought about redshirting, and then they needed some backup during Big Ten play, and they decided to start playing her, and she's been very effective.
Harms off the block. And how about that? Ariel Turner able to get a swing on it, a desperation swing, if you will. And here's a timeout. Minnesota down a set, down by 5 points in the second set. A great atmosphere at Mackey Arena. Hugh McCutcheon has to get his team on the right track. Purdue off to a terrific start, winning the first set, and now up 6-1 in the second set against number 8 Minnesota. This is the West Lafayette Regional. Some other action going on today in Austin, Texas. USC has eliminated the Cinderella story of the tournament, Wichita State. They swept them. SC awaits the winner of tonight's match between Texas and Florida. Penn State has advanced already here out of West Lafayette. We'll play the winner of this match tomorrow afternoon at 4 on ESPNU. Minnesota taking a timeout. Carly Kramer doing what Carly Kramer does. And Turner sent it over. Double hit called against Purdue, so Minnesota gets the point. But Carly Kramer kind of built like a fullback and plays like one too.
Yeah, she definitely does. She said she was a setter and a hitter through high school. And definitely, I think, fits into that libero jersey, no doubt.
Said she was sort of born to do that. She loves it. Harms with the jump serve. A set over there for Kiki Jones, and it's just too good. Too hot to handle.
The momentum is definitely in Purdue's court. The fans are behind them, and they're just playing much more relaxed. They're much more in system. Out hustling Minnesota right now. And I think the Golden Gophers a little rattled.
Sent it all the way across to Santana, who's had a relatively hot hand. Harms has to get it over from the back row. Another tip from Turner.
And 2 or 3 plays in a row now for Minnesota where they haven't been able to set up.
Purdue. Some terrific digs for Purdue, but that just went out.
Big hustle plays from Purdue, keeping this crowd entertained. And they called that one long. It looked like it clipped that back line.
It did. It was in, so it was an incorrect call. Break for Minnesota. Well, Taberson sets it up, and that's one of the few times today that Dixon's got a full swing.
Well, you mentioned Mia Taberson, the senior setter. She's been kind of the backup setter. Alexander Palmer has really had to struggle. The passing just has not been there. She's been scrambling around, and when you bring Taberson in, she gives you a little more size at 6'2".
Sent long by Val Nickel. Taberson was the setter last year in the NCAA tournament for Minnesota.
Val Nickel, the backup setter for Purdue, has become more of a hitter for this team.
Santana with the serve. Taberson with the set. And again, too much on it from Tori Dixon, and Minnesota's getting back in after being down 6-1 in this second set.
Couple of slides in a row for Tori Dixon. And a run going to Minnesota, the 4-0 run to get right back in this.
Set it up for Jones on the slide, and that's a winner. Kiki Jones, sophomore from Fishers, Indiana. He said when she hits the ball, it almost looks like a hook shot. Very unique but effective style for her. She was 7th in the Big Ten in hitting percentage this year. And now she gets to serve.
A very emotional player as well. So she used to kind of dance a little bit more than she does now. She's trying to contain herself a bit more.
Double hit called against Purdue. Minnesota creeps back to within a point again. Now Dixon back to serve for Hugh McCutcheon, who is a New Zealand native. Very good volleyball player in his own right and a terrific coach.
He's part of their national team.
And that one sails. Should even say that it is in. Purdue gets the point, excuse me.
Asking for the touch, and they got it. Palmer will come back in now for Minnesota in the setter position, and Taberson goes out. And this is a team that ran the 6-2, where they would rotate those 2 players in.
Ashley Whitman, the captain, with the kill.
That's a quick arm. Just one blocker there for Purdue. Instead of going cross court, she goes down the line, and the block just wasn't set.
Served by Palmer. Net into the block. Fans wanted a double hit on Harms. They don't get it, and Minnesota gets the point.
Tough one to take for Dave Shondell in this crowd. And Ashley Whitman, number 13 for Minnesota. She got that one just to roll down. She stayed with it, so not only did they not get the call, then the play goes Minnesota's way.
Carly Kramer went over to the net referee and had an impassioned conversation, wanting to get another explanation, and we are tied up in the second set. No, not anymore. Thanks to Catherine Rabarczyk.
Big play coming in. Hadn't really seen that one with Rabarczyk coming in from the back row attack. Purdue's done a nice job working their offense around. They've had multiple options. They've gone to both pins. They've gone to the middle, out of the back.
Clean kill for Catherine Harms, who puts it home.
really seen her get that many good looks like that. Again, the passing's been a little off for Minnesota, so they haven't really been in rhythm.
Set up behind, but it is hit out by Rybarczyk. And Minnesota takes its first lead of this set. 1 point down, 6-1, and now the fans trying to get Purdue to pick it up a little bit. Set it up for Harms. Richard Davis dug it out. Harms right into the block of Ariel Turner.
You have to remember that Catherine Harms is a lefty hitter, and that changes the angle of where you need to be. And at the last second, number 8 in black, Ariel Turner, turns that right hand to keep that ball in.
She's an academic All-American, an engineering major, and that was a smart play.
She'd be smart everywhere, I think.
There she is again, but this time Harms gets her back.
There's the much-needed block from Minnesota that's been lacking a bit.
This is the second block of the game for the Golden Gophers. Morgan Bowl, the libero. That's why she's wearing the maroon jersey. Back to serve. Off the block. Dixon right into the face of Kramer, who somehow kept alive. Kramer gets it over yet again. And now they set up Santana. And Santana sends it long. Great point for Purdue to tie it up.
The set was off on the first one to Santana, so she didn't get the angle that she wanted. The block was able to handle it. And that time, just too much on it, but big hustle plays from the libero Kramer for Purdue.
Freshman Amanda Neal back to serve, hometown kid. Santana into the block, but it stays alive. Dolly again, and this time it's perfect. The potential of this kid is scary.
And I think you have to keep going to her, because you're going to get that right set for her at some point, and she's going to do just that. Just fire and energy.
Hugh McCutcheon, maybe the greatest understatement, said we were excited about her future.
And they're really impressed at how she's handled the stress as such a young player in Division I volleyball at this level.
Taberson back into set. Sends it backwards to Harms. And the point to the Boilers.
Never made it over. That was a late call, but McCutcheon, yeah, not happy.
Tied up at 13 apiece. Ariel Turner back to serve. Senior trying to get her season extended. Boy, Dolly really has become the go-to player over there. Santana with the kill.
Well, if you're Minnesota, keep going to her until Purdue figures out how to stop her. Why not?
Santana going back to serve. Assistant Laura Bush saw her in a tournament and snapped her up. She's from Puerto Rico.
Miscommunication from Palmer, the junior setter. Thought she had the short quick in the middle. Just went too far. She couldn't find Dixon.
Tied up at 14. Purdue took the first set. Kiki Jones. Her turn to serve. Looking off the block, gets the point for Minnesota.
One of the toughest things for the blockers to do. You get that touch, and then you've got to be able to react and figure out where it went.
Purdue winning the first set and also winning the kill battle. So far, Minnesota +3 in that category in this second set and up by 1 point. Taberson setting it up for Whitman. Tipped it over.